So that's because why on earth will government expenditure on health be negatively related with the country's economic growth? Why? Why on earth? So you've kind of recommended a policy to kind of tackle that result. So that's what we are talking about. The next one, companies engaging in research and development should be given tax breaks to encourage them to focus more on research and development. Okay, so you discover, we use research and development, or I can't say we, I only use research and development expenditure to model for innovation. And then we discovered that in the long run, innovation benefit the Nigeria's economy significantly. Okay, so I'm already talking about something that we can. No, I'm already recommending a policy towards that line, that the government should, engage the companies engaging in research and development should be given tax breaks to encourage them to do more. Alright, since what you are doing is benefiting the country's economy. And number 5, the government should fund research and development through research grants, okay, and so on and so forth. So number 6, individuals, researchers, companies should be given patents for 15 to 20 years to help them profit from their inventions, as well as encourage others, and so on. So people that have been able to produce a product, an innovative product, or have been able to invent a product or a technique, something like that, should be given patents so that they are able to recoup their expenses on developing that product and also profit from it. That's for them. Then when they do that, others too would also be encouraged through that to engage in research and development, because they know that once I'm able to come up with something innovative, something that's going to benefit this economy, the federal government is going to give me, or the government of the country will give me an exclusive right, understand, to sell this product or to make this product available. So through that, I'll be able to get my money back and as well make a lot of profit from it. You understand? So these are some of the policies I've written. So you can see that I've talked about a policy targeted at inflation, policies targeted. I'm going to leave that in the video, so you just laugh a bit. Okay, targeted at innovation, inflation, government expenditure on education, government expenditure on health. Okay, I've not spoken about any policy regarding human capital using as average life expectancy, but it's alright. So you can just do all of those things in recommending your policies. Now you might be surprised that I did not research, I didn't browse, I didn't do anything to get these things that are written down here. The thing is, you wrote your project by yourself, yes or no? Yes, and you did your analysis, or maybe you understand your analysis, you understand your results, so you should be able to recommend policies. When you hear policies like the way I used to say before, like something huge, something that I'm not supposed to do, maybe I'm supposed to be an official, a government agent or something, somebody working in a big company to be able to recommend a policy. See, policy is just line of action for you to get a desirable outcome. You understand? And you can provide solutions. So that's just it. So what do you think? So write it down, but make sure that it's something that makes sense. All right, thank you. So after that, then I moved to 6.4, limitations of the study. So for me, what was my limitation, or what were my limitations? So in this particular research, I only have one limitation, which is that the number of potential products in the number of patented products. Okay, I don't know if it's patented or patent product now. What I'm trying to say is the number of products that have been given patents, okay, in the country was a favorable proxy for innovation. However, the data was unavailable over the study time frame, necessitating the use of research and development expenditure as a proxy for innovation, even though research and development expenditure does not necessarily guarantee innovation. That was my limitation. Okay, so the thing is that I was supposed to use number of products that have patents in the country, because that really shows that there's innovation, because there's an outcome, there's an output, and that's why the product is having a patent on it. Okay, so that was what I wanted to use, but spanning the period, 1970 to 2021, maybe the data that I got was only from 2005 2021, so I didn't get data from 1970 to 2005, or maybe I had data from 1970 to 2005, but along the line I saw that between maybe 1991 and 2002 there was nothing. no data. Then data continued. Then along the line there was no data somewhere. So, something like that. I can't really get to use that. So because of that, I just had to use research and development expenditure, to proxy innovation. But then, that you are spending money on something does not necessarily mean that you're going to get results. So that's what I'm trying to say here. So it does not necessarily guarantee innovation. Okay, but that was my limitation. There might be other limitations. Maybe time. The time that I would have preferred more time on this work to be able to put out a better work than this. But I was constrained by time. You understand? And for people that engage in primary data analysis, primary data project work and stuff like that, just may have been being constrained by funds. You have to print out questionnaires, you have to share them, spend money going up and down, stuff like that. So funds might have been not having enough money might have been one of your limitations. So anyhow, now from there I'll move to 6.5, contribution to knowledge. Okay, so what has my research been able to contribute to knowledge? So now I'm reading out what I've written there. In evaluating the impact of inflation on the country's economic growth, the study has been able to demonstrate the short and long run implications of rising inflation rates on the country's economy. This finding, in addition to others, adds to the evidence in literature on how helpful or harmful rising inflation is on the developing country's economy, such as Nigeria's. Okay, so here, what my study has been able to contribute to knowledge is, providing an evidence, okay, as to how inflation might be helpful or harmful to a developing country's economy, such as Nigeria's. You understand? So, and by extension, to other developing countries as well. So that's my contribution to knowledge. So what I'm saying here is not definite. So your supervisor might go through and say, okay, review this, add this. Why don't you think you should do this here? Something like this here. You understand? So I'm just trying to provide a practical template. So that's it. And this is not anybody's project. So any one of you might just decide to work on what I've said. The example that I use in this course. Okay, let me look for inflation. Something. But if your supervisor is able to, I don't know, accept it, you understand, and ask to go and do it. So if whatever you are doing is in line with anyway, it's all up to you. Okay, I'm not reading someone's project, so I'm just kind of formulating these things just to ensure that this course is as practical as possible. Okay, so from there I have suggestions for future research. Okay, suggestions for future research. So that's a 6.6. Okay, in line with the shocking relationship that government expenditure on health has on Nigeria's economic growth. So I suggest that future researchers thoroughly investigate the relationship between government's health expenditure and the country's economic growth. So you're talking about Nigeria. Okay, to further help the government's patients and other stakeholders of the healthcare system to efficiently improve the country's health sector. Okay, the thing is, my aim really was not about talking about government health. It was just a view that I added to the model to include, to make my to aid robustness. That was just it. But then what I'm seeing is surprising me. Okay, now health and expenditure is negatively related with the country's economic growth. So okay, this wasn't my major focus in this work. So I suggest that future researchers kind of investigate, like, is this thing really true? Like, it's different when you are doing something on the side and when you are doing something as the main thing. Okay, the main girlfriend and the side chick, it's not the same treatment. You get that kind of a thing. So inflation here happens to be the main girlfriend, but on the side, side chick is wow. So you are now trying to make this side chick to be maybe your friend's main girlfriend. It happens. I'm sorry. Alright. I'm not sorry. Let's take it that way. So that's just it. So except there are other things that come up on this call, maybe you have questions or whatever. Except there are other things, we have successfully come to the end of this course. So I appreciate your patience, your time with us, and everything you've gone through. It's been a very, very great experience. I never imagined in my life that I was going to teach a course on project writing because so I was so scared of it, so scared of it. I didn't want to do my masters, and I haven't done it yet as at this date, 2022. So I was like, thank God that I scaled through, I sailed through undergraduate project writing. I don't want to, because of project, I don't want to do MSc, but I'm not that scared of project writing anymore. You have an assignment, you have two assignments. Obviously, you know one of the assignments already, which is for you to write the chapter 6 or the final chapter of your project. You must have been writing a mini project with us, before this period. If you registered with us, not if you bought the course. Okay, so after this class, I hope you've understood enough to be able to come up with the final chapter of your research. So the assignment is for you to do that. Okay, do that, and it was more of summary. You're not really researching anything. Something that you've done and you're reporting here. So maybe let's say 500 words maximum. Yeah, 500 words maximum. You should be able to come up with that. 500 words maximum. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Just 500 words. Thank you very much. Now you have another assignment, so which is something that you may decide to do, and you may decide not to do it. So the assignment is having gone through the course. So number one, write a summary of the things you have learned from this course. Okay, which is like your summary of findings. So this course is like a project work, but not in written form, right? So you write a summary of the things that you have learned. That's one. B, what are your conclusions from this course? What are your conclusions? C, what policy recommendation do you have for us? So which is under here 6.3, policy recommendations you have for us. Then D, what do you think were our limitations? Under limitations of the study. Okay, I'm trying to make it practical for you. And E, what was our contribution to knowledge from what you've gained? So what do you think our contribution to knowledge was? 6.5. Then what do you suggest to us that we should work on in the future? Suggestion for future research. So when you are able to come up with that, you would understand why I said if you did your project, this should not be difficult for you to do. You've gone through this course, alright, or you must have gone through this course, so that should not be difficult for you to write. Okay, thank you once again, and see you when I see you. Bye.